What are you talking about? There's blatant Russian collusion from this bullcrap dossier that they got from Steele, who got it from shady Russians. I mean,
this all comes down once again. Why do they want the immigrants here? They don't want them to live in their backyard, like he says. They want them because they're votes. That's what this is all about. It's all about the votes.
This guy, Pete Davidson, is a piece of crap. He's a lowlife, left-wing, disgusting human being, if I can even call him that.
Who says that they don't want to be divisive. This is the one who wants the inclusivity and all that stuff, but yet they want to say that the MAGA hats is like wearing the robes of the Klan. These people, they're all crap.
No, they're out of their mind.
And here we are.
All right. Welcome, Rich. Welcome, everybody, man. It's been a long time, too damn long. How's it going, Rich?
It's going good. It's going good. Not as hot here as it is where you're at, but yeah.
Oh, my God. Florida, we've been breaking records with the heat down here. Like, feels like temperature is like 108 or hell, as we call it. It's out of control, man. How is it in the Carolinas?
It's tolerable. It's actually been fairly pleasant. Humidity hasn't been horrendous. It's been
nice.
Yeah, no, it's nothing like you guys been doing. Hey, speaking of Dr. B, what is up? You doing all right?
All right, Dr. B in the house. Let us know if the mics are working too. Sometimes when we start, we have some problems with our mics, whether it's Rich or mine. Introduce myself. My name is Jake from Total News Network, and we got Rich over there from 1600 Reasons Why. If you're new to the show, please share it out. Together we make Vantage Point, and it's been a long time since I've been on. Been taking care of a very close friend who got very, very sick in the hospital with pneumonia. So make sure, everybody, you take care of yourself out there. That's where I've been day and night at the hospital. It's been a rough haul, but here I am, and I need your prayers. And my friend seems to be pulling through, but it's all good. It's all good.
Amen, brother. Yeah, absolutely. And Glaze in the house. And,
welcome, Glay.
Yeah, obviously, just to give you a quick synopsis of why my dog is out there on that picture, it's because when I went out to Arizona before Jake's friend got sick, we thought we would be doing a broadcast out there with the drone, had a big thing planned, all this, and I took a cable, a very specific cable that my camera needs, micro HDMI, all this other stuff. So it is in my laptop at my office. Yes. So yes, I have, and it's not something that I just have laying around. So you will look at the you will be looking at the dog as a representation of the way I feel right now.
Where my dog's at. You know, now it's funny because I can't even see what they're looking at because I'm just staring in this camera as my producer tells me to do. And so I hope you know, I know your dog's gorgeous, so it's probably a pretty funny picture, I'm sure.
It's a cute picture. Yeah, not her best, but then again, I had to scramble for something. So this is about the best.
Right before we went on. Sorry we're late, you know, fashionably late. That's why we always say around 9 o'clock. Yeah, shout out to Glay, and I don't know if Rocky's here and everybody else. Really appreciate you guys' support. The first thing, if you don't mind, Rich, I want to talk about something that's bothering me, is this women's soccer team, this Megan Rapinoe. That is just a disgusting display of, you know, American sickness, really, taking a knee on the world stage. Then President Trump wanted to invite them to the White House, and she said, I ain't effing going to the White House. You know, it's just a real sad time in America that this freak who looks like one of those ugly dog show contest winners, which I don't really judge people by their looks, but on this one, I'll make an occasion. If you check out my Twitter, Choose Total News, you'll see a picture of her with the spiked hair, the ugly dog contest. That's her. She makes me sick. And, you know, it won't be long before our athletes are actually taking a knee at the Olympics. And it's really sad. It's very sad.
Yeah, instead of a class act, I guess you would just call her a trash act. So, yeah.
Absolutely. Yep. What else you got on the agenda today?
Well, nothing. I mean, I'm sure to while away the time while they were waiting for us to get our crap together, watching the Democrat, you got all them down in your neck of the woods tonight, don't you?
Oh my God, yes. I'm not far from Miami, but you could still smell the stench of all the Democrats down here.
You got
And there was even a hazmat alert put out over the, like they send out a alert on your phone.
yeah, just running.
Ignore the stench from the Democrats that are here.
Yeah, running down that roster. What do you got? You got De Blasio, you got Tim Ryan, you got Julian Castro, Cory Hooker, Elizabeth Warren, Beto.
Wow.
He's there. Amy, I can't even pronounce her last name. Doesn't matter. She'll never make it to the end.
Oh my God.
Tulsi Gabbard, Jay Inslee. Oh, that's that governor, and John Delaney. So, yeah.
Wow. This is they actually might as well film the next series of Biggest Loser when you mention all those people. Ain't none of them even going to come close to President Trump. There's nobody even coming close. You got creepy Joe Biden, which President Trump calls him Sleepy Joe Biden. He really wants to call him Creepy Joe, but somebody probably told him don't. And then, all these other jokes. Beto, who's really, his name is Francis. So if I was named Francis, I would probably go with Beto too. But no offense to anybody that is Francis out there. And then you got Elizabeth Warren from the Smackahoe tribe. She's very famous. So
yeah, I was talking to some of the Indians when we were out there and out in Arizona. None of them seem to have heard of her yet. So.
Yeah, they don't recall her, right?
Yeah, and it's funny with Biden, man. I'll tell you what, going back because we were talking about the Iran deal a little bit earlier about not pulling the trigger. If he had pulled the trigger, everybody would have said, "Oh, this is what we knew would happen."
Yeah, he's a warmonger.
Yeah, and if now he doesn't pull the trigger, and now he's now Trump blinks. That's the.
I mean, the guy can't win. You know what I mean? He just can't win.
Yeah, and the funny thing about it is, I think this actually shows that as he's growing into the presidency, instead of taking the knee jerk, let's blow some crap up, he stepped back. He looked at the bigger picture. He knows that the U.S. and Russia and Israel are meeting this week.
Yeah.
He knows they're pushing for that Bahrain summit. And, if he had gotten into some conflict, that would have sabotaged much of that whole deal if it would have happened at all.
Actually, I think, what I think he's really working on, because you got to remember, Trump's always ahead of everything, and they say he does 4D chess. I think when he meets with Little Kim from North Korea, he's going to convince him to nuke Iran. So to be this way, we ain't in trouble.
Yeah, you want to drop? Yeah, you want to drop one somewhere? Drop it on them.
Yeah. Test one of those things. We don't want you to test your nukes, but if you're going to test one, Iran's a pretty good spot.
Oh yeah, and now Iran's going to wonder what's going to come next, because now they know that we were like instantaneously in the air, minutes from dropping high-tech weapons all over their ass, and it would have killed a lot of people. So now now they know how close it was to retaliation. They're going to think about, Tehran's going to be thinking about that next time.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. He can't do anything right. And honestly, I don't see anybody that's even going to, come close to Trump right now to beat him. I really don't. As long as everybody gets out there and votes, and even more people. So if you're going to go vote and you voted for Trump last time, not you bandwagon people that just jumped on the Trump MAGA train lately because it seems profitable, but the ones who truly voted for Trump, make sure you bring 2, 3, 4 friends and get out there and vote,
Oh man, it's going to be hugely important. Definitely hugely important. But
I like that word, hugely.
Oh yeah, I just made that up here. I'm looking at it in the dictionary as we speak here.
What else do we got? I know you're fired up about a couple of things.
Oh no, I'm pretty tame. Look at my picture.
Yeah.
No, I mean, you got this whole. This is one of the things that are driving me crazy here. Okay, so you got Elizabeth Warren and you have Colonel Sanders that are wanting to go ahead, and obviously Bernie Sanders, his issue with the student debt, that's what they're saying they're taking seriously now. So I don't know if you've heard about this or not. I'm trying to get the picture straight here. Where's it at? We'll get it. There he is. There's the man. If you can't see him up on stage tonight, there he is. Bernie Sanders, Elizabeth Warren, finally taking, so they say, the problems with student loans seriously. Okay. So
first of all, time out. Anybody that even thinks about voting for Bernie, when he sold all of you Bernie bros out and sold you all out and folded like a wet noodle when he found out Hillary and the Democrat Party screwed him, screwed the pooch, and you were just like, oh, okay, just give me my $2 million house and I'll be quiet. And he was the so-called leader of the rebellion or whatever. He folded like a wet noodle. If you vote for him, you just really just need to check yourself, man.
Yeah, I mean, there's some now. Obviously, one of the things they said with Sanders, it's pretty. His thing is just the plan simple: cancel all the student debt. Just end it. Pretend it didn't exist. What kind of impact is that going to have to the banks, to the school systems? Now, Elizabeth Warren, funny enough, she's got another plan. Okay, she's trying to avoid, because they're saying, well, this helps too many rich people because there's a lot of rich people out there with student debt. So she says, well, we're going to have this thing. If your household earns up to $100,000 a year, you'll be eligible for $50,000 in student debt relief. Households that bring in between 100 to 250, they're going to be eligible at lower levels. Those taking home 250 a year or more won't get any relief. That makes $100,000 a year, and you get $50,000 in student debt relief. What school did you go to? And if you're making $100,000 in the majority of this country, you will be able to pay back your student loan to somebody. So it just really drives me crazy. But
well, this is more of the same of the Democrats punishing people that are successful and go out and make a living. They'd rather just give it to people who don't deserve it, give them homes they can't afford, go to school. You don't worry paying for it. Don't work. We won't drug test you. Here's some free shit. Come on in, illegal aliens. And we'll just make the rich pay for it. The ones who actually became successful and worked their ass off. Yeah, that's the Democrat way.
Yeah, it actually sounds like the housing bubble. What happened there? We just forgave everybody for buying their McMansions. Oh, don't worry, you couldn't afford it. We'll put it off on the banks. You'll be okay.
Right.
Yada, yada, yada.
That's the way they do it, man. Punish the successful. It's the way to do it.
Speaking of successful, anybody who's any of my Bitcoin brothers out. Oh, actually, I was going to show my little Ledger Nano thing. Okay, I will say this. We had this back on 11/26 of 2018, where Bitcoin dropped down to 38. It was actually lower at one point. Bitcoin today closing at, well, it actually got as high as 13,400 and some odd dollars, I believe. Sailing right now at around 12.8. Crazy. What do you think, man? What do you think about Facebook? Because I trust Facebook because they like me and I know they got my best interest at heart, and they would never give any of my personal information away. So when they tell me they have a currency and I should trust them, man, that speaks volumes. I'm going to sell all my silver and gold, and I'm putting it into that crypto that they have. What is it called? Libra.
They'll never screw you.
Yeah, no.
Facebook forever. It's crazy. Oh, by the way, have you been looking at chat? I can't see any chat.
Oh man, they are just having a blast. They're loving Glay. Man, Glay's like a celebrity here.
Oh man. Yeah, Glay. He's as the Glay world turns. He's the soap opera guy on Periscope. He knows all the drama about all the scopes that are going on, and he retires from Periscope more than 0 hour. So let me tell you, that's pretty hard to do.
Man, he should have been on that Zoom call. I don't know if he was on the last show that we had where we were trying to do the Zoom call.
Oh, yeah, that worked out good.
Well, only because no one called.
I don't think we ever got the Zoom call going. I think people were doing Morse code.
No, I'm telling you, we could have made that happen. We're going to make that happen. It's going to happen.
We definitely want some people speaking on our show for sure. Enabler Abe and James R. And there's so many great people out there. I hate to do shout outs because there's just too many.
Yeah,
too many.
But it would be, it's really cool to, I mean, obviously a couple words here and there is one thing. I want to hear some of their complete thoughts. These are deep thinkers, or they wouldn't be on the right side of the political arena, right?
Yeah. Well, then they don't think too much, or they wouldn't be watching us. But besides that,
I didn't say they had taste. I didn't say they had good taste.
No, I always appreciate. We have a good time. No pressure here. So definitely, I want to get some guests on. And it'll be good. We'll even bring that guy from Ireland, Boogie Bumper. He's got the strongest Irish accent I've ever heard. Love him.
Okay, we got.
Oh wait, no, Australian. Sorry.
Yeah, those are always cool accents. It always sounds good. So disagree, not exactly. Don't think fun can be trusted now, not now, and that Libra thing. Yeah, obviously that was satire there on the whole Facebook cryptocurrency. I
Yeah,
wouldn't.
yeah, no. Facebook, no good. Oh, by the way, let me make an announcement. Parler, Parler,
Oh
since
yeah.
my New York accent will make it sound like everything but parlor. Uh,
And in case you
go
couldn't
over
understand,
there. Go ahead, Rich.
in case you couldn't understand him spelling it, it's Parler.
Thank you. Parler.
Yeah.
I'm over there on Total News Network. We're going to make a page for Vantage Point. I'm sure Rich is going to go over there. A lot of people moved over to Parler. We're hoping President Trump goes over there. And funny story, Apple is trying to remove Parler off of their store unless they shut down any controversial speech and all that, which is anything pro-Trump, basically. And Parler told them to stick it, you know where. And so that's where a lot of people are moving. I do agree, though. It's kind of can become an echo chamber over there. It's a lot of conservatives. But listen, staying on Twitter, nobody's hearing you anyway. Some people make the point, well, don't leave Twitter because we need you here to fight. I could do a tweet and nobody's seeing it.
Right.
I mean, here's an example. I've been on Paula maybe 3 weeks and I have 800 followers. I've been on Twitter for 2.5 years and I have 700 followers. I mean, that's like ridiculous. And the likes and all that are totally different, you know?
Yeah, and I just want to respond to one of the chats, Twitted Zep. If you would elaborate on that, remember who EU nuke zones are broken. This Bitcoin Libra thing came somehow right on time. Oh, came right on time for them. Gotcha. Yeah, you know,
That's about the currency that Facebook's doing.
yeah, but it's more than it's about the. It's more about than the currency part. It's more about the blockchain registration thing. You know, I think one of the reasons why a Parler, that's Parler, that was speaking of Dr. B asking what is the site.
Yes.
Some people are really scared of the exactness of the registration for the cryptocurrencies and what it can actually do. And do you trust somebody to have that information? Yeah, and I don't know that I actually trust it. I don't trust. I think the blockchain is a great thing for industry. As far as currency goes, I've been really resistant to it. At first, I was like all about it. It's like, man, this is great, because initially what this was supposed to be was if you have, and it's shown. I mean, China has been trying to do it as they've been devaluing the yuan. They've been trying to move money using cryptocurrency, and that's fine. I have no problem with that. So as far as and it's more portable than gold, silver, yada yada yada. So to be able to move that around is really great. But what the problem is in the legitimization of cryptocurrencies. Now, if you go to any of these cryptocurrency sites and try to start an account, my God, it's like filling out a thing for a home loan. You have to give all kinds of information, if nothing else, because of the fact that, you know, from a regulatory standpoint, they want to know where all this money is moving. So it's going to be interesting to see how it goes. Obviously, Bitcoin's jumping now because now anytime the conversation, fires up about cryptos, the government's all about it. But it's going to be, yeah.
Well, how about this? Is it any less safe than opening up a bank account? Look at what Wells Fargo did to people. You gave all your information, and they were caught opening up accounts in your name. And before Wells Fargo, it was Walk All Over You, which I call it Wachovia, Walk All Over You Bank. I actually said that to the manager down here. He died laughing. And then they closed down after that. And now they're Wells Fargo. They sold you out. So, I mean, it's a risk no matter what you do.
It is. And, and I guess maybe to look at the cryptocurrencies as as any portfolio, I think what'll end up happening is, hey, you have X amount of equities, you have X amount of cash, you have X amount of bonds, you have X amount of crypto. I guess it's going to become one of those things where you mix it up, in everything else that you do as far as protecting your investment.
Well, I'm sure this isn't the end of it, because what's coming next. Amazon is going to make their own currency. So there's going to be this battle of currencies. When Amazon comes out, they're going to crush everybody with their own money,
Possibly. It's interesting. I don't know. everybody's going to start having their tokens. And then people will start giving incentives for using their tokens, and then it's going to become like credit cards. You know, it's going to be like everybody, hey, we have the best interest rate, we'll give you X amount of free tokens if you get our, I don't know, interesting. But
well, I'm still banking on my Iraqi dinars that you convinced me to buy during the Gulf Wars.
You've seen those move, haven't you?
I think they're up 100%. From like 0.000001 to 0.00002. It's crazy.
Almost 100%. Okay, so but we'll have to do a show on the cryptos and Twitter Zap. Yeah, come and join us for that. Right now, I want to talk about something that was kind of jacked up, and that's
the border, the immigration stuff.
Yeah, I'm going to just throw this picture up real quick. No need to. Everybody's seen it, I'm sure. That was the picture of the migrant who drowned and the 2-year-old. The biggest thing I'll say about this is don't anybody look at Trump and say this is his fault. Look at the father who had a 2-year-old on their back trying to illegally get into the United States, crossing the Rio Grande. That is nobody's fault but the father's. If you're going to try some crap like that, you do that. But you leave your 2-year-old where it's safe. And I don't. You're not being.
And don't go with we're fleeing persecution, and you would do it too. Not when you got Adidas on and an Apple phone and a better haircut than me. You want to see people fleeing persecution and torture? Go look at Syrian migrants.
Yeah.
That are covered in dust and starving. Not these people that are showing up our border with fat clothes and a new phone and fresh haircuts with shit carved in the side. It makes me sick to say how they're like, oh, you would do the same thing to flee persecution. These people ain't being persecuted, man. They just want free shit. That's it.
Yeah, the only reason you try what he did is because you're actually being shot at, and then you take off across the river with your kid. Other than that, you come up with a bigger game plan.
And another quick thing, where was the media for the 2 border agents that were killed? Where is their picture all over the place? And the bleeding heart liberals.
Exactly.
The border agents that were killed, that weren't breaking laws, that were actually following laws and protecting our country. You know, so it's really getting sickening, and everybody's talking about kids in cages. Obama was doing the same thing. Where were they during that? And one thing I told you, Rich, I was going to bring up, you want to cry about the conditions that these kids are living in, even as far as wacky, a couple of the senators saying it's concentration camps, which is just a slap in the face, whoever was in a concentration camp. Where is the cry for the conditions of people in the ghetto right now? Their children that are in places that have no AC, cockroaches all over their face, their food, they're starving. For American citizens, their conditions are horrible. Have they ever visited some of these ghettos? It's bad. So where's your cries for them? But you're going to cry for people that don't even belong in this country. Now, I don't want to see kids suffer, but we didn't make this problem, you know?
No, and it is resolved. You know, Tuesday night, House voted along party lines to approve $4.5 billion, and this is to address the conditions of the detention centers where the migrant children are being held. Once again, heart goes out to them. These are children, okay? These are not the adults. Whatever, that's fine. 2,300 of these children, and that's another thing. These controversial for-profit detention centers. These are for-profit detention centers. Why do we have to fund the money if these people are making money? There should be standards. If they don't do it, have another group come in.
Stop coming here. Come here legally and wait wherever the hell you are. Don't give me this crap you're being persecuted. Stop coming here and putting your kids in these positions where we have to pay for them. That's it. That's it. Don't make it so hard. That's it. Stop coming here.
Right. And here's the other thing. So there's 2,300 of them, right, in this detention center. $4.5 billion amounts to around $2 million, $2 million a person. So, yeah.
Yeah, and they're going to be flooding Florida with like 5,000 a month or something, right?
Yeah.
Just what we need. Great. Thank you.
Anyway, so let's see what else we got here.
Let me try to find that out.
Let's see
Let me put my glasses on.
Yeah. So anyway, one of the things down in your neck of the woods too, Broward County sheriff's deputies have been fired following the completion of the internal affairs investigation following the shooting of the Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School. Yeah, obviously we know how we felt about that, and the fact that somebody needs to lose a job on that one. That was for dereliction of duty or failure to do what they were supposed to do on that. But on a brighter note, talking about karma, getting your just desserts. Florida man charged in the Pinky the Flamingo's death is fatally struck by truck. Is this not karma? This guy right here, I remember what had happened. Obviously, I like animals. You're at the park. I mean, you're at the zoo. This guy grabs the flamingo, smashes him against the ground. And the weird thing is, this guy, Carraro or whatever, tells authorities he was just trying to show off to his daughter and claiming he didn't mean to injure the bird. Now, how do you slam the bird on the ground? And he just reached in there and grabbed this thing. So one good thing about that is that, oh, I lost a picture there. There it is. So, yeah, that's a piece of crap. I'm really not sorry to leave. May God have mercy on his soul that I don't, and God will take care of him because I'm telling you, something else was wrong with him. They said he was schizophrenic. They said he had all these mental conditions. So, yeah.
I'm just checking chat because I got a message that we have a troll. So let me.
Oh, okay.
Let me check chat.
That's fine. Trying to think of what else I had, if anything. The Bitcoin, the thing. Really don't have a whole lot more there. So, yeah, let's see. That's about it in the news today that I can think of. I've actually.
Do you know the name of this troll? Is it
It's going to be.
Oh. Yeah, I blocked.
But anyways, so. Oh, I was going to tell you too. You're a racetrack fan. Went out to the racetrack out there in in Arizona. They have one. I was watching Gulfstream when I came down to visit you. We went to Gulfstream Racetrack, which was super super cool.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, so now they have the Prescott Downs is what they call it.
Nice.
It's Arizona Downs or something. It's not Gulfstream, trust me. But the scenery is nice. I was going to post a picture of that. But anyway, it's good to be back with you.
Oh, yeah, totally, man. It's been too long, and I appreciate you guys tuning in. It's just a quick show. We just wanted to cover a couple of things. We're back. Like I said, prayers for my friend. They're getting better. I'll probably go live tomorrow and talk more about it, where I've been, what I've been to. Make sure you guys take care of yourself. You do not want to wind up in the hospital with pneumonia. Make sure you exercise, eat good. And always tell those you love, tell them you love them, because you never know what can happen and how quick things turn in life, So,
absolutely.
Go ahead, Rich.
Oh, 2 public service announcements too. Don't go anywhere down at any of those resorts. Okay.
Oh yeah,
man, people are dying left and right. I don't know what the crap's going on down there, but somebody's got it in for Americans because how many deaths that they've had lately. And
you're talking about the Dominican Republic, right?
Yeah, and all around that area. So, yeah. And the other thing, too, is don't forget Ebola has crept back up. I think there's up to 1,500 dead. Last time it got real close to getting it got to the United States because they brought those people from Samaritan's Purse back to Atlanta to treat them down in Atlanta. Now they have this vaccine. They've given it to like 1 million of those people. But the problem is that the health workers over there are trying to contain the situation because of the warring factions that are going on right now. These medical workers are actually been they've been under attack. So they're the only thing that really stands in between just a complete blow up of the Ebola situation.
Yeah, you got to be careful when you travel, man. You never know.
Yeah, so there's another reason to be a little isolationist.
I mean, I'm looking for a killer vacation, but not like that.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. But indeed, all right.
But, go ahead, Rich.
Yeah, we're gonna try to. I'll get my cord back, or you may just want to see the dog for now on. I don't know, but we'll get the cord back. We're going to do this again. Like I said, we're going to try to get back on schedule with this. and because we missed you guys. It's always
Yeah,
fun.
absolutely.
And yeah, now I'm worried about Rocky because I didn't see Rocky during this whole thing. So
I'll
Rocky,
reach out to him.
yeah, Rocky, if you're out there, yeah, you take care of yourself. They dropped a bunch of people from Ebola countries in Texas too. Yeah, that's true. That's yeah, there was a couple there, I believe. So those were fake cases. They even had so-called emergency workers that didn't have protective suits.
Put my glasses on. See what you're reading here.
Just reading between Glay and Vandal. If I'm mispronouncing that, I apologize. Vandahl Vandal 7.
Yeah, some of the names are hard to read.
Yeah, it's like the license plates. You look at license plates and you try to figure out what some of them say. It's kind of tough sometimes.
Yes, it is.
But hey, anyway, guys, appreciate it. It's Wednesday night. It's late. You could have been anywhere doing anything. You chose to spend some time with us. We really appreciate it. Thank you very much. We got an outro if it flies. We'll give it a shot. Any last things, Jake?
That's it, man. God bless you guys. Missed you. Tune in. Follow all the social media platforms that Rich is about to show on and then we're going to add Parler. Right now we have Total News Network, but Vantage Point will be on Parler. And D Live, we didn't go live tonight. Really, nobody ever goes over there, but that's our backup thing. We're over there on D Live. So we'll check you guys out. God bless. Good night.
Peace.
I would like to begin with a poem in old-fashioned meter. Be good to us, and we will be good to you. Be good to us, and we will be good. I would like to begin with a poem in old-fashioned meter. Be good to us, and we will be good to you. Be good to us, and we will be good. Be good to us, and we will